What's up for today's Tooka Talk, guys? I don't even know who. Okay, there we go. There we go. Oh, shit, my thing is still loading. But we're live on Instagram. I can add a guest on Instagram and everything. So we live, Facebook, Instagram. You know what it is. Breaking down the weed for the Tooka Talk. Bring your talk and bring the Tooka. I don't even got to talk if someone's not here for it. I'm about to get real stingy on these lives. About to get real stingy. You guys know what it is. It's Tooka Talk. Maybe I should have. I can't even. I hate the fact that I can't even really play background music because Facebook be wanting to shut that shit off. However, I gotta fuck with it because as someone who's an artist, also in the spare time, in between time, in the meantime, between times, um, I would be upset if someone was playing my music and I wasn't getting properly recognized or contemplated for it. Yo, if you hear, say Tooka. Like when you join, say Tooka. Oh my God, Aaron, get off of my live. Like, don't watch my lives. These are lives for you. Like, gee, my little brother recently followed me on Instagram, and I don't want to block him yet, but I don't know because it's like, geez, what are you doing on my Instagram? I am over here doing my Tooka Talk. Get off of my Tooka Talk because you don't Tooka and you can't talk with the Tooka. Like, move. But I'm gonna have to wave because he's laughing. How's everyone doing today, though? Like, let me know how you are doing. How was your 420? Talk to me. What is going? Everyone, let me know how their 420 is. Let me know what's going on in your hood. I got new Dutches today too. I got a new set of leaves. I got premium wraps. I got a premium wrap today, guys. I got some white vanilla, triple vanilla. So we want to see how this smokes today. Maybe I should do that. Actually, you know what? Since this is going on my YouTube. Oh yeah, fuck all that shit. You guys are not going to be on my YouTube. How about that? How about them apples? This is going on my YouTube. And the biggest thing is I don't even really know because this is just my lives, and it's really more or less like me talking about what I like to do, how I got started, because that's what I really want to put on my YouTube. How I got started and everything. So let me join. I got 2 people watching this, and the other person is not even like on it. Wow, okay. So yeah, it's really more or less. Why are you leaving? All right. Reset, because I can always cut it and then come in from, if I can always cut it and then come in, you feel me? For my YouTube, because I got like editing software. I'm going to be getting editing software. Let me correct that. So, hey guys, welcome to my channel. I don't like that one. Okay, let's go ahead. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Still not good. That should be a TikTok, guys. I just thought of that. How different YouTubers say hi. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. What's up, YouTube? How you doing today? Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube. Niggas be doing so much different shit. But yeah, so this is for my YouTube. Welcome to Tooka Talk. This is it's Wednesday. I was gonna say it's Tooka Talk on Thursday, and I'm bringing it to TikTok because you guys know how I do. I only have one person floating in and out right now. Is it because I'm not talking about what I should be talking about? So I got a client today. I didn't tell you guys because this was today. So was it today? Yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. So I got a client. And let me tell you about this. Let me tell you the story. So, as you guys know, if you've been following me, I've been going to networking meetings. And in my networking meetings, I've been meeting people. So, I've gotten bounced around on my networking meetings until I landed with Master Networks. I happened to be in this particular Master Networking meeting somebody else, meaning someone invited me to this meeting. So, I said, sure, I'm going to go. However, while I was there, I met somebody else who happened to, chat me up and everything, So we're talking and everything, and we scheduled a Zoom meeting. That Zoom meeting happened to get messed up, XYZ. We had to reschedule. It's quarantine. I ain't got nowhere to go, so I'm a patient person. So, I'm like, whenever you get the opportunity to meet with me is when we can meet. We can schedule a Zoom meeting, and then we can talk from there. 30 minutes later, I'm going to spare you guys the details of a boring conversation between me and an older person because, let's be real, a conversation between someone like me and like a 45, 55-year-old woman It's not very interesting. Unless you guys care about that kind of stuff, you feel me? Unless you care about, those kind of details, it's not really that interesting. So I'm gonna spare you like the non-fun part. However, so what happened was we just, chatted it up and everything, and then finally she said, I'm gonna give you business because I like you. And now this is where I'm gonna stop it because this is an important part because a lot of people are gonna have to understand this, and this is where, not this is where, but this is this is where you have to have your overdrive kick in on what you really love to do. This is where passion meets like execution. When you have passion and you have execution, this is what you're gonna get a whole lot of good shit. When passion meets execution, you're gonna get a whole bunch of good shit. And the reason that is because chances are, whatever business, whatever idea you get into, someone else has already done that. Case in point, if I were to explain to someone what I did, I said, yeah, I take notes for people, I do administrative duties, I send out their emails, and I do their calling for them, and I make sure their social media is, handled and managed. So what you mean to tell me is you're a personal assistant? No, I'm a virtual assistant. Same thing with whatever product or service you're trying to offer. So if you said, "Hey, I have this weight loss drink that is going to help you lose weight," people are going to be like, "You mean flat tummy tea?" There's always going to be a product or service that your product or service stemmed from. So, for example, Facebook is the biggest thing. There has not been anything like Facebook since Facebook, except for MySpace. You see how that works? So it doesn't matter what you do. You're going to have competition. You're going to have comp. You're going to have other people in those markets. And here's the very, very worst part. Here's the worst thing. What if you're the first person and then someone copies you? Now you're going to be upset. Like, that can happen. What if you decided you came up with an amazing, great idea, amazing, great app, a great service that nobody out here has done. No one has heard of it, which is very rare, which probably won't happen until a new piece of technology comes around, which will start with whatever that new piece of technology is, and then you're going to have duplicates. Whoever the first phone is, I don't know what company invented the very first cell phone. It wasn't Apple, though. It wasn't Apple. It wasn't Samsung. So whatever you do first or whatever you do, period, there's going to be competition. So that's where your passion for what you do has to come in, because that's what's going to drive you. Because what I did the mistake of doing, and I'm going to tell you from experience, is when I was looking up virtual assistants, I didn't do much research. I was like, oh shit, nobody out here is doing virtual assistants? Like, there's no huge companies out here doing virtual assisting? Like, yo, what? There's virtual assistants, but they're not trying to scale and be a huge company? That's ridiculous. That's going to be me. And then fast forward like 4 or 5 months, I come up and find some company called Belay. Belay is a virtual assistant company that basically does what I do on a much larger scale. And then I really had to think to myself, damn, I thought I was doing this because I'm like, not only is this something that I like to do, but I feel like it's an original idea for a business. And then I got hit. And then I seen an article that said top 30 virtual assistant companies right now. I was heartbroken. I kid you not, I was heartbroken. Like reading the article of the top 30 virtual assistant companies, and I think they were all US based too at that. Like, that was a real knocker. And then I had to sit back and think to myself, really, this is where you come in. Now you have passion, which is what you love to do, and understanding that there's going to be competition no matter what happens. So you're going to have to deal with it. Get that out your system. You're going to have to compete. Just like sports, business is competition. We're trying to knock the next person out. Even if there's room for everybody, there's room for everyone to win, unlike in sports. We're still trying to knock the next person out because we're still competing. So when you, for example, make a song and you market that song, you are competing for the attention against other artists to listen, because they can only listen to one song at a time. So if they have 10 minutes a day to listen to songs. You are fighting with every single artist out there that makes music for 10 minutes of time from this particular individual. Because if that's all they have the time to listen to music, they're going to listen to 3-4 songs a day. Are you one of those 3 and 4 songs? You're in competition with people like Drake, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, a bunch of top artists. I'm not going to go down the list, but you're in competition with top artists as well as sub-level artists, Meek Mill. You're going to be even with very low artists, local rappers that have more clout than you. Let me get my Tooka talk going. Let me get my Tooka on. So the biggest thing that comes next is you. After you find out what your passion is, that has to be your passion, because it's you. The next thing is discovering the why, the you. What is the you about your business? Because this is where I decided to say that, hey, even though there's other virtual assistant companies, this is how I'm going to separate myself. I thought, hey, I'm going to all of these meetings. I have a bunch of networking meetings that I'm going to, and I'm trying to introduce myself. And one of the big things is that I have to overcome is they don't understand what I do. They don't really know what a virtual assistant is and how to use a virtual assistant. So those are the big things. What is a virtual assistant? How are you an assistant that is virtual? Oh, I got some light. How are you an assistant that is virtual? And how does this work? What do you do? What do you do as a virtual assistant, and how can you help me? That is a big factor. That is a big factor. Do you want to know why that's a big factor? Because I just literally told you there are there are top 30, meaning there's probably more. There's an article about the top 30 virtual assistant companies in the US right now, and you're telling me I am talking to people that don't even know what the fuck a virtual assistant is? Someone's fucking up on the marketing team. Someone's fucking up somewhere. You're telling me I, as a virtual assistant, want to go be a virtual assistant and nobody knows what that is? That I've come across, at least within the Connecticut area, even into the New York area? You're telling me people don't know what a virtual assistant is. That means there's everyone I talk to that doesn't know what a virtual assistant is, I have the opportunity to now be the forefront when they think of virtual assistant. So the next time someone hears the word virtual assistant, it will be because the very first time they heard it, it was from me. And that is really what pushed me in my passion to keep going. Because I said, you know what? I'm not going to let the fact that there's 30 other virtual assistant companies making millions of dollars out there right now stop me from the fact that I have come across people since the beginning of the year that have never heard of a virtual assistant. And then there are some people that have heard of the term, don't really know what it is, and still I'm the very first virtual assistant that they have met. So my face, my identity will then be synonymous with the word virtual assistant when that person thinks of it. Now let me get to my Tooka, because I have yet to like this. I have yet to finish rolling it. And this is going to be a beauty. Oh my god, this shit is crazy. Like, I got so much going on right now. I'm so happy to be talking to you guys. I really hope YouTube lets this on. I feel like at this point, people be on Facebook like, oh, that's just AJ doing his Tooka Talk. It's whatever. You feel me? If you don't feel like that, comment Tooka. Because if you talk with me during my Tooka Talks and you be at least in your head talking to yourself like, yeah, whatever, even if you agree, disagree with whatever I have to say, comment, let me know. Say Tooka. I'm interested in hearing what you guys have to think. I've only been on live for 14 minutes, and I feel like I've been up here for so long because I am giving you guys value and content. Speaking of, I gotta start doing better with my TikTok captions. Ah. Oh my gosh, this thing at the end ripped. Oh my gosh, we gotta call in the doctor. This is the doctor. So, yeah, just give me one moment. I'm in the process of just getting this all fixed up. So that's really what's been going on my end and what I have been thinking and some of the things that I've just been, going through. Some of the struggles that I've had to endure starting this business. Because nothing is all cakes and noodles. However, when you do what you love, it doesn't really matter. If you were damn. If you were a YouTuber and you got one subscriber a day every time you made a video, you'd be continuously making videos until you had enough money or subscribers to make money, excuse me, to fund yourself. People forget life is long but short, all in the same breath. It's about the journey, the process. What are you doing to get to where you at? Because after you get to where you at, then what? That is the purpose of life. I just thought that is how life should be going. You have this ultimate, huge, large goal at the end. And life should be about obtaining that goal. I really think that's how we should change and think about things from this forward. That's what I'm going to be. That's going to be a philosophy in my business theologies and philosophies, and what I am going to be at least relaying to you guys on what I believe in terms of business is that life is about reaching whatever goal that you have. So if your goal is to retire early, achieve that. The process to get there is important. Is what's important. Don't care about the end. Don't care about whatever's going on. Care about the middle. The most important part, the middle. If you watched a movie and you only seen the middle part, you didn't see the beginning, you didn't really see the end, you can kind of tell everything that's going on. However, if you only seen the beginning or if you only seen the end, you have no idea what the fuck is going on. You have a better understanding when you live in the middle than you do when you only have external or outside marginal views on things. So set a goal, a long-term goal, something that's far into the future. I don't care if it's not obtainable. If you want to say, I want to live on Mars, you should be trying to figure out every day how the fuck you can make that possible. And then when you find a way to make it possible, go for it. That is what life is about. And at least what I'm going to say life is about. Life is about finding out what you want to do and doing it. And if you don't know what you want to do, find out what you want to do and then do it. And if you know what you want to do and you feel like it's impossible, find out some way to make it possible and then do it. The whole bottom line is that you should just be living your life doing things. Doing, and doing. Execution. That's what life is about. Do, execute, repeat. DER. Do, execute, repeat. That's going to be my little mantra thing. Do, execute, repeat. That's my little mantra. Do, execute, repeat. Because life should be about setting and receiving whatever it is that you set out to receive. So if you want to, whatever your goal is at the end of the day, I personally want to be able to retire and live off of what I've made as a business and still run that business. I like the obstacles of running a business. I like the challenges of what businesses face. I do it for the love of the game, or in this case, the love of business. Just like if you play basketball, just like if you played a different sport, you do it for the love of the game. I do it for the love of business because I love doing business. And this is my game. This is my hustle. This is what I love to do, my passion. So it doesn't matter what I'm doing in business. If I'm doing business, I'm happy. Now, it's very important to do what you love in your field because you can be interested in, say, medicine. However, you may not want to be a doctor. You may want to be an EMT. You may want to be a medic. You may want to be, a surgeon. You may not want to do some certain things. Like I am in the business field. And that's a very broad field as an entrepreneur. It's very wide. It's very almost hey, what the fuck are you really doing? You can be in business and you can sell insurance, or you can sell honey. You can be in business and you can sell TVs, or you can sell lighters. You could be in business and sell weed or hoodies, or you can sell weed on hoodies. You feel me? There's such a broad spectrum of what business entails that as an entrepreneur, it really could take a lot to find your niche, to find what you want to be good at, let alone what you're actually good at. You feel me? So now we can actually Tooka for the last little bit because I done talked a whole lot of it. You feel me? So it's a whole lot of you feel me. I really hope y'all feeling me today because I'm out here giving some game because it's going on my. I feel like I'm showing off because it's got to go on my YouTube. That's what I really feel like. I feel like I'm showing off because this has to go on my YouTube. So let me give my YouTube introduction while I have nobody on my live. So if you don't already know, which you don't because this is YouTube, at least you're watching it on YouTube at this point. Not you guys on Facebook, but when this goes on YouTube, for you guys get the chain of events and how what I'm talking about. So when you guys are seeing this on YouTube, you probably don't know who I am, unless you're coming from my other social medias to see me. Which in that case, shout out to you. I am Angelo T. Roberts Jr. That's the most important part. Junior is most important because I have a father, and if you send the mail without the junior, he'll open it. So fuck y'all. Angelo T. Roberts Jr. I'm 22 years old, and I'm currently enrolled in Gateway. Not enrolled. I'm currently in Gateway for accounting. I am a business person. I'm an entrepreneur at heart. Let me get that part out the way. I consider myself an entrepreneur at heart. I love to travel. I've been to out the country a couple of times, Paris, France. I said Paris. That's the same place. Paris, London, Australia, Canada, and the Bahamas. I think those are the places I've been at. I keep fucking not doing my shit. So what this podcast, what this live, what this YouTube series, whatever you're watching this on, because you're going to watch this on so many different platforms. It doesn't matter what you really want to call it or what you're listening to it on. It just matters that you're hearing my voice or seeing my face. Whatever you may be streaming or listening to this on. I forgot what I was going to say. I didn't even hit the blunt yet, and I forgot what I was going to say. Whatever you're listening on this, whatever you're listening to this on, or whatever you're watching this on, make sure you follow that. So if you're on Instagram, follow me. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. If you're on Facebook, add me. If you're on Twitter, follow me. You get the gist of how everything goes. So I really made this YouTube for the purpose of being able to make my longer content and make it easier to be broken down so people can see the whole picture. YouTube is where I want people to see the whole picture. And the reason I want people to see the whole picture is because I'm literally, like I said, documenting my entire life as business. So this is where I start. I'm in my office right now, which is nothing but me being in my bedroom. My girlfriend's behind on the other side. You guys can't see though. And it's really more or less about the growth of what I'm doing and where I got started. Because people love to say, oh, this happened. No, I've done it many times. I can't even do it because it's on my Facebook, but I love to show you. Like, obviously it'll be up there on my YouTube, but you guys will be able to see my office. I'll be making a lot of videos. You'll see my desk and my setup and everything. It's not a very complicated setup. I literally have a laptop, a scanner, and a printer. And I'd like to make it known that I paid for none of these things. Just so people are like, oh, well, how did you? Yes, no. This was all stuff that I already had or asked for and got off of other people. So this laptop that I'm using, I've had it's 2020, so like 6 years now. I got it when I graduated high school in 2015, 5 years. 2014, 2015, somewhere around there. So I've had it for like 5 years, roughly. Got it as a gift. And I've had it ever since. So the fact that this is how I've had this laptop forever, this doesn't count as like a purchase I made for my business. This is just like I had a phone, and if you started being a camera person from your phone, like if you got into being a photographer with Instagram, and then you started on your phone and then moved to a camera, you started your business on your phone. You don't count your phone as an expense. You had a phone and you decided to go on Instagram, take pictures, and now you're a photographer. Ooh, my same thing with my laptop. I had a laptop. I got it for graduation. I've been doing, whatever I've been doing on my little side hustles and everything. Now I've started this official full blown business, and I have my laptop for it. My scanner was a gift because I asked my mom for it, and I was like, dang, I really need it. And the printer was a hand-me-down because my father got a new printer, and I was like, hey, can I get that printer so you don't throw it away? And he was like, yeah, sure. So that's really how I got my equipment for the business. Everything else, like my cards, like this right here, which I got to update because the number is old, and I have an official color and I have an official brand situation now. All got to change. But it's really the whole picture of everything and why I'm doing it for YouTube. So these are my Tooka Talk sessions. I mean, I'm going to be adding up my podcast. So what I'm going to be doing is I've decided that when I do my podcasting, I'm going to be podcasting live. So I'm going to record my podcast so I can post it for my Spotify and Apple and everything. However, I'm going to be recording it on Zoom so that I can post it on YouTube so that you guys can see the entire process of how I go from large to small. Like, I'm going to show you guys my entire editing, not my entire editing process, but my funnel process. Actually, I can show it to you guys right now because I came up with it today. And it sucks because nobody is on live right now watching. However, one person's on live, so you'll get the benefit of seeing it. This is what I made today. It is my, how do I put it, my content funnel and how I'm going to be making content. So this is what I call my content funnel. I'm going to explain it to you guys real quick. All right. So this is how my content goes. Starting off with a primary piece of content, that would be like a YouTube video, these lives, or whenever I do my interviews with somebody. So those are my large pieces of content whenever I do something. So as you can see, under primary pieces of content, I have my large pieces of content, like I said, my lives like this, anything that I'm going to be posting on YouTube. When I start my kitchen keynotes, don't forget, guys, that's big for my YouTube. My kitchen keynotes are coming. So whenever I do content like that, that is my primary content. And now here's where the work starts to happen. You got to break this content down. So under primary content, I have mid content. And what mid content is articles related to the content that I just posted in the primary one, except they're articles, they're, segments and snippets. They're the podcasts that I actually record. So after you see the YouTube video, the mid content would be the podcast that I post. That is the video, like the recording basically of it. That would be the mid-level content of it. And then you move it down to sub-content. And sub-content I have as the articles and different segments of videos and everything. And then it finally goes down to micro content, which are the quotes, small clips that you see that I post, and everything like pictures and smaller areas of the bigger chunk that I've already, recorded. So let's say I take this live right here, right? And then I chop up a particular section and then put it into a podcast. That's the mid-level. And then I take a clip from the podcast and a quote from the article that I wrote regarding this particular live. And then I break that down to a quote and then a picture and a clip segment. So I take a segment from this, and that's my sub content. And that's really how it's going to be going. So, dang, I just gave out my entire thing for that's how how you're going to see it. So it might start with this one. I would take a chunk of a clip from this, put it on for a podcast segment. Take that and put it into an article, then break that down. So I have quotes, pictures, and clips from that, and that's how I get to my micro content. So now that I have 4 people up here, I'm going to go back, show you guys. This is how I break down my content from primary to mid to sub, and then I even have something called extension content. And what extension content are breakoffs. Hold on, my thing's up. What extension contents are breakoffs of content that I originally have. So if there's a particular segment that I like, and I say when I was talking about how you have to love what you do. I might take that, break it down into a podcast. And now after I take it from the podcast, I'm going to take clips of that podcast and post it. So it's like, promoting my podcast and everything. But so you guys get just important highlights of that podcast. And that's my, my mid-level content. And then I break it down even further to where it's just the quotes and clips to where you have my sub-content, which is the whole purpose of everything. So that's why I'm really doing my YouTube, because it's going to be the basis of them being able to see my larger content. So that and my lives and everything. So you guys have gotten 30 minutes of like great time. I will be seeing you guys tomorrow. I actually have to get a scheduled time, so I feel like people can catch on more. And what time works for you guys? Like, what time are you thinking would work for me going live and doing, my Tooka Talks? What times do you guys like? Do you guys like the morning? Do you guys like the nighttime? I haven't been going live in the morning in a long time. I miss going live in the morning, man. But my Tooka Talks are Tooka Talks, and they happen at night sometimes because it's Tooka Talk tonight. But if you guys want me to do good morning, wake and bakes, like change it, I can do wake and bakes and Tooka Talks. So, what are your thoughts on me going live in the morning? No thoughts? Okay. Well, you guys have gotten my 30 minutes, and I'll see you guys. Till next time.